Welcome back.
Welcome back
to the podcast.
Corey and Cait podcast.
It's an exciting one. If you've watched any of our videos or
anything,
you may have an idea that we have done the 75 Hard Challenge by Andy Frisella, and it is a game changer. It will literally change your life. I highly recommend it. If you have not done it, do the 75 Hard Challenge. Just Google Andy Frisella 75 day challenge, 2.5 months.
Yep.
And basically it pushes you. I don't even care like what you do, like whatever you're doing. I highly doubt you're incorporating all these things into your life. So it really shakes things up. If you're like in a point where, you're bored or you're feeling lazy or you just want to like shake things up, you need change in your life, it's the way to go. But what we want to talk about is not 75 hard. We have another video on that we've talked about.
Last week we did that, yeah.
So how it works is there's 75 hard, which is a 75-day challenge. Mm-hmm. After that, there are 3 phases: phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. The name is a little weird, but
yeah, he calls it the #Live Hard program.
Yeah, Live Hard program.
And there's 4 programs within that to live hard.
You have to start with the 75 days. Mm-hmm. Once you complete that, and the crazy thing is, if you miss one day, it's 7 days a week for 2.5 months. If you miss one day, you have to start all the way over at day 1 again. But once you finish the 75 days, then you would move into phase 1, 2, and 3. And each phase is 30 days. Yeah. Same rules apply. Like if you miss one day, you start over again. Yeah, we've been looking at like phase 1 and we've heard a bit about phase 2, but I just found like it's really hard to find
any information
because it's only really on like there's some stuff out there, but a lot of it's on Andy's page.
Yeah, so, like his Instagram only has that 75 hard challenge and then the phase 1. There's no information on phase 2 or 3 that's at least saved in his highlights or on any of his websites or anything.
Yeah, and so to quickly go over what this is, like 75 hard, just really quickly. You work out twice a day. You drink a gallon of water, which is like 8 cups of water. You have to follow a diet.
Read 10 pages.
Read 10 pages a day. Take a progress picture. No cheat meals.
Yep.
And the workouts, one has to be outdoors. But essentially, I mean, you can do whatever you want. You could go for a walk, do yoga. You could go to the gym, work out, go for a run. I mean, you kind of do whatever you want. It's pretty flexible, but there are like some pretty strict rules around that. Then you go into like phase 1.
Let's go over phase 1. So phase 1 still has follow a diet. It still has the same 2 45-minute workouts. It has take a progress picture, 10 pages of reading, and a gallon of water. So it's all the same things in the 75 hard challenge, but then it also adds 5 minutes of cold shower. There's also no alcohol or cheat meals, so that's the same as the other one. And then there's 3 critical power tasks.
In addition, there's like a little fine print below that. It says 3 critical tasks in addition to your 5 power tasks.
He calls them power list tasks. I actually don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is. I don't think he's ever defined that. Maybe he talks about that in his podcast.
We need to listen to. There's one podcast episode where he says, "Okay, you're done." It's called "You're done 75 hard. Now what?"
Yeah.
And we haven't actually listened to it.
But essentially, once you finish it, you continue on. So it's just like you're adding things. Mm-hmm. So you're adding the 5-minute shower. You're adding the critical tasks.
But then you're also adding 10 minutes of dedicated visualization.
Which is sweet because I think, it's basically meditation. We talked about this in the podcast on 75 hard.
Yeah.
Then it goes into phase 2, which then you're just taking things up a whole nother notch on phase 2.
I really like the fine print too, because in phase 1, it says the cold showers means really cold. Audiobooks do not count. You must complete the previous one. But then also for the 3 tasks, it says 3 tasks that move you forward in other areas of your life.
We're here to talk about phase 3. Andy, I was on his Instagram and I saw he posted a phase 3 update, and it's just like hard to find what phase 3 is and how to do it because it's just like
I had never.
It's like not posted anywhere. No. Anyways, he posted it. I screenshotted it. Listen to this. Listen to this.
I'm ready.
I believe Andy Frisella has lost his mind because I read this. So I'm like, this is insane, insane. Okay,
let's go through them because I've only heard them once and I kind of forget what they are.
Like, 75 hard is
nuts.
A challenge. It's nuts.
It is
phase
nuts.
1 is like, I did this. I can. When you finish 75, you're like, I can do this. I can do this. This is okay. Yeah. And then you're looking at it, you're like, okay, I can do the critical task. I can do all this stuff. And then when you read the 5-minute cold shower, you're like, I don't.
And especially if it's like really cold.
Well, what you do is you jump in the shower and like, I'm gonna test this out, and you jump in the shower for like 30 seconds, and you're like, yeah, this is.
And you just start screaming.
I think like cold showers is like torture.
I honestly think
that's physical abuse.
That's what you're doing, but
anyways, okay, phase 3. This is what it's all about. Okay, so phase 3, you're following a diet, which is normal. You're doing your 2 45-minute workouts, same thing. You're doing your 3 critical tasks every day, in addition to your 5 power tasks. You're also doing your 5-minute cold shower. You're taking a progress picture, drinking 8 cups of water, 1 gallon of water. You're reading 10 pages a day. Once again, no alcohol or cheat meals. This is where I think it gets crazy. And this is where
he ups the ante.
Ups the game. And I'm sitting there like, that is a push. Because for a lot of people, I think going to the gym, all this stuff is very much internal. But at the same time, it's like I'm still, at least for me, I feel like, okay, I can do all this stuff and I'm in my comfort zone.
Oh, yeah. For like the other phases.
For 75 hard, phase 1 and phase 2, I'm in my comfort zone. Like, I guess it's like...
You can stay within your own little bubble.
It's pushing my body. It's pushing my body and my mind. Where phase 3 gets insane, and I think he's hit it on the dot. Like, he's just
right on the nail.
He's just gone, you know what? I don't care who you are. If you think the 75 hard wasn't that hard, maybe it was like physical and this and that. This is going to push you.
Wait.
In addition to all that stuff.
Okay, let's hear Corey.
You have to talk to a stranger every single day. Here's the crazy thing. It does not mean saying hi. It's not like walking down the street and just being like, hello. This is a conversation. You have to go find someone every day and have a conversation with a stranger beyond just a greeting.
This is really hard. How do you do that every day?
Walking down a sidewalk, looking at someone, acknowledging their presence, number 1, acknowledging their presence, and then saying hello.
That's already hard.
Is a challenge. In 2020, I feel like acknowledging someone, like normally, I don't know. I'm the kind of guy, I hate to admit this, but I'm the kind of guy who just like will look at his phone for no reason just to avoid eye contact with people walking down the street.
That's pretty natural. I think that's normal.
Yeah. Or like we live in a condo and like we get in the elevator and if somebody else is in the elevator, I'm just like, what do I look at? Like, do I look at the number going up? Like, I look at the number. Do I look at the floor?
It's often also based on my mood. And like, usually if I'm in a generally good mood, I'll say hi to the person in the elevator. If I'm kind of like angry, I don't want to talk to anyone. Yeah.
So, but you have to actively like find someone every day to have a conversation with. And I think what's even more challenging is like, if I asked you, how many random people have you talked to in the last 30 days? Like
random people,
and this is not
like actual conversations with random people.
And I think this is different too. It depends on like obviously your job. Like if let's say you work at a cafe, like you work at Starbucks or work at a cafe.
That's a lot easier.
When I worked at a cafe when I was a teenager, super easy. Like you're having conversations all day long.
Yeah.
And you could go walk up to a customer and I could just be like, how are you doing? Like how's
that's like a normal interaction, right?
How's your meal? Like just tell me. I can literally ask questions and just get to know them. Feels totally natural in that environment. When you work kind of like if you're more corporate or you work in an office or you work from home and you don't see anybody, then it gets really challenging because I would actively have to walk outside, find somebody, and then try to have a conversation with them without them thinking I am a complete Looney Tune.
It's like, you know what I would have to do? There's like a park by our place, and I would literally have to go sit on one of the bench parks and just like
look
wait
at people
for someone and then just be like, hey.
Yeah, but like if you did that, like I said, walking down the park, right? And you're just some little young girl sitting on the bench. And then,
hi, do you want to have a conversation with me?
I'd be like, I prayed about this morning. That I would go outside for the first time and a woman would speak to me. I would, if that happened to me, I'd be like, holy cow, my prayers have been answered. I would not sit there and be like, oh yeah, this chick's just doing some challenge and she just like wants to talk to a random person. I'd be like, she loves me.
She loves me. She wants to marry me.
Obviously, she sees something in me, which is why she's wanting to have a conversation.
But what if I just target older ladies? Would that still count?
I don't know. What would that be weird? I think I'd be like, why is this young lady talking to me?
Well, I feel like older ladies would be more forgiving, and because like they're from an age where people would talk to other people.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
I mean, I feel like if I walked up to somebody and started talking, they'd be like, are you going to assault me?
It's hard because you would automatically profile people and be like, how would they react to me?
I don't know anyone who's ever come up to me and been like, unless they're crazy.
Yeah.
Like there's people like who are crazy in Vancouver.
And it's like, what do you want? What do you actually want?
Well, and there's people who've come up and then they'll like ask for directions. And I'm like, you asked me for directions. Like there's this one guy in Vancouver who asks everyone for directions. He stays in the same spot in Vancouver. Nicest guy in the entire world. But he literally is always there.
That's just his shtick.
And he holds a map. And he walks up to people. He's like, shows them the map. He's like, hi, I'm trying to find this place. Do you know how to get there? And like, he's not all there. And like, you just play along and are nice to him. And then he'll ask you for money in the end. But I'm just like, I feel like if I just went up to people,
They would think that.
yeah, it's like either I'm here with a charity and I'm trying to like raise some money or save the kids or I'm crazy or whatever. But
Random
either way,
conversation with you.
crazy one. That is a tough one.
Is there anything else?
Yes,
in
there is.
phase
There
3?
is. And if you think that was hard, it gets even harder.
Okay, what?
Luckily enough, you pretty much have 4.5 months to get to this point.
But like
4.5
doing
months.
this for 30 days straight, 30
Holy
strangers
smokes, it's
every
crazy.
day.
I even go to the gym. Like we go to the gym all the time.
Yeah.
And it's the same people at the gym. But I've only
Like, you
talked
don't
to
talk to
I've only
anyone.
talked to a couple of them.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like
I haven't talked to anyone at the gym.
yeah, it's like even weird talking to people at the gym. Anyways, so in addition to all this stuff, which you somehow have to cram into your entire day, and then you have to talk to a stranger, you have to do a random act of kindness.
Ooh, I like that one.
It's a fantastic one. Like it's so good. These
feel
are
like-
both of these are so good, but I don't care. Like these are hard things to do.
I would have to go outside of just holding doors open for people because I do that all the time.
No. Random act of kindness does not mean holding a door open for someone. Same with when it says talk to a stranger, it does not mean hello, how are you doing? He's actually gone and written this because he knows people are like, I said hello to somebody today. I held the door open.
That's like the easiest thing.
I clicked the button on the elevator for somebody. Yeah, I feel like we've kind of like gotten to this point where we sit there and the things that we call a random act. I mean, sure, it's a random act of kindness, but like the level of kindness
It's like if
is
you
like
actually are just
How much-
scowling at
how
people
much
and
effort-
not holding doors open, you're
Yeah.
like a total.
how much effort
Like, what
are
kind of
you,
person are you?
are you putting in there? And yeah, okay, so here it is. Random act of kindness includes things like donating, volunteering your time, paying for a stranger's meal, finding a trash bag during your outdoor workout and filling it with garbage. This is not,
Easy
I guess what you could do is you could incorporate it in, let's say you go to work every morning and you stop by a Starbucks. Maybe you pay for a person's Starbucks every single morning. So, I mean, I think you'd have to tailor it within, your,
Like, what's your
day.
routine? Yeah.
But then once the weekend comes, okay, well, I don't go to Starbucks on Saturdays and Sundays. So
You would have to
now what?
literally just go to Starbucks because you have to pay for someone's meal.
That's why Starbucks is here, so we can achieve this one. I gotta go to Starbucks. I can buy someone something. I think that's what I would default to. Is I'm like,
Buy someone a meal.
I can buy someone a meal, and then actually that's what I would do. I think I would do that. I would just go to a cafe, buy someone whatever they're doing. I'd just buy it for them, and then just like have a quick conversation, and then boom, both done.
Oh wow, 2 birds with one stone.
You'd have to.
Okay,
do
what
and
if
in addition, you also I didn't finish. You have to
okay.
also journal all this stuff.
journal? Amazing.
Yeah.
I love the journal part.
So you
That's
think
cool.
you got to go to the okay? Let's just add this up.
It should be video diary.
You got to go to the gym twice a day, or you got to work out twice a day. It's an hour and a half, right?
Yeah.
2:45. It's an hour and a half
Yeah.
of workout. Plus, you got your 5-minute shower. So let's
Yeah.
just, between the preparation for the shower and the shower, whatever, get some time in there. Then we have to do a random act of kindness. Let's just say that process, it doesn't take very long, but that takes time. And then you got to do the conversation. That could be 15 minutes. You just add up, drinking the water,
10
taking your
pages of
progress
reading.
photo, reading all this stuff.
and then
you're
your power list.
your powerless critical tasks, all these things, like it adds up. You could be spending like a few hours a day
Just doing all
just
this stuff.
smacking this stuff off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
That's insane. Okay. My question is, if you couldn't just buy someone a meal, because that is probably the easiest thing on that list,
Yep.
what else would you do?
I would probably just walk around and pick up garbage.
That's easier than volunteering. What are the other options again? Donating.
Well, no, you can do whatever you want.
Oh, donating.
Yeah, he just gave you ideas of like things that count as a random act of kindness, so that people don't consider holding the door open. Maybe it is, but I feel like there's a reason he didn't put that on there.
Because doing random acts of kindness is like, it's a nice idea, but how many people actually do that all the time?
Well, and that's the thing is like, unless you're involved with a church or some kind of charity or these other things, like you don't necessarily, first off, you don't have the opportunities presented to you a lot of times. Where if you go to church or you have a charity that you're involved with and things like that, I feel like these opportunities are presented a lot more than if you or maybe aren't involved with
Like
those kind of
volunteering and
organizations.
stuff. Yeah.
So,
yeah. But then that's not a daily thing. Even if you're going to a church or something
No,
like
you
that,
don't.
you're not doing that stuff every single day. That's maybe once a month or weekly or something.
I think in this case, I probably would go to like a food bank or go somewhere and just say, hey, can I volunteer for 30 days? Because that would be the easiest thing to do.
That would be so crazy.
I guess instead of like having to every day try to find something, you could just, volunteer at, some organization.
Picking up trash isn't that bad, I guess.
Pick up trash. I mean, you could literally just take a bag if you walk to work, get like just some gloves.
You need those little...
Or just, get some gloves or get some pinchers and take a bag and just pick up garbage on your way to work. I mean, there's so many things, but I think what's cool about this, and I think this is the big thing, is like it's actively changing your mindset.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you wake up and it's all me, 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 me. 75 hard to phase 1 and 2, it is a lot me, 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 because it's, it's I'm going to the gym. It's me doing things for myself. Whereas once you get to phase 3, then it just switches things over. And now you, in addition to all the stuff you're doing to actually better your life and better yourself and kind of get your mindset right, you're actively thinking about, okay, how do I get out of my comfort zone and talk to people? How do I get out of my comfort zone and stop thinking about myself and actually volunteering my time?
Yeah, that's actually wicked cool, because even as we speak, I feel even more comfortable with the idea of if doing something more than just holding open the door and smiling at someone.
Yeah.
Right. All of a sudden I'm like, I could pay for someone's lunch. Or like, that's easy.
And I think that's what's cool is every day you're actively thinking, okay, how can I help someone? Mm-hmm. So, and I bet you doing this, you'd find yourself doing more than one thing, because you're now changing your mindset of like, I actively need to do something nice for someone every single day. By default, you're probably going to do more than the one thing a day.
And also, after doing it for 30 days straight, if you succeed for 30 days, that's a new neural pathway in your brain. And it's like more of a habit. You're more likely to actually do that again in the future.
Yeah. Like I mean, out of all the things I've ever seen, like all the programs, all the, the self-help, get in shape, get this is one of the best things I have ever seen. Like I really have.
I feel like Andy's one of the only people who could force people to do something like that.
Yeah, and this stuff's like I feel like it's just taken off. And what's crazy is like you see all this stuff, whether it's, it's all paid. It's all paid.
What do you mean? What's
all
paid?
This kind of stuff. If you want to, like, let's say you hire
you have to pay for it.
You hire a life coach, you hire some self-help guru, you want a workout program, like all this stuff, it's all paid. Like, hey, I'll help you switch your life around in 7 days. I'll help you switch your life around in 30 days. I'll help you, the 6-month total body transformation, like whatever, all this stuff, it is paid. And it's just like constantly people trying to get your money to show you this. Whereas Andy has come out with this like crazy program and it's completely free. The amount of stuff that's out there, the amount of books, the amount of courses and programs and the stuff that you can buy it's paid. It's all paid. From doing the 75 hard, like we can attest to this. It freaking changes everything. Like it changes your life. You're in a completely different frame of mind
when you're doing the 75 hard challenge, and like afterwards you feel like you are a boss. Like you can do this.
You can do it. Yeah, you feel like definitely very empowered. But then when you look at phase 1, 2, and especially 3 is insane. Like I actually really
I thought the cold showers were bad.
Oh, no, I know. If I said it, like the cold showers, we're looking at talking to a stranger and a random act of kindness every day. As bad as that sounds,
I feel like talking to a stranger is harder than a random act of kindness.
That's what I mean. Like, but it's sad to look at that and say talking to a random person and doing something nice every day is hard.
It's harder than cold showers.
It's harder than like anything else. Like it's just that it's kind of crazy to think, and maybe that's just us. Let us know if this is
this just us? Are we just terrible people?
Yeah, are we just terrible people? But why am I looking at those two things and being like that would push me? Not that I don't like to do nice things and help people out. Like I do that. I enjoy doing it. Knowing that I actively have to do this every single day is what changes it, right?
That's a different level.
Yeah. So you're actively changing your mindset, actively realizing I have to do this every single day. I think that's where it gets challenged. So I'd be curious to know, do you think those would actually be easy things to do?
And what would you do? Like, I'm so curious what people are going to choose for the random act of kindness. And like, what's the method that you're going to find these random people to talk to?
If you're a nice person, like I hold the door open for people. I click the elevator button for people. Like I do these things on a regular basis, but I know hi. That doesn't count as a random act of kindness. At least for me, I would not count that as a random act because that's not pushing me.
That's just being a decent person.
Being a decent person.
Yeah.
Like, how many times have you been walking down the street downtown, you see a homeless person, you're like, I'd love to know their story.
Yeah.
This is a great time for that because this is like, you know what? Okay, I'm going to talk to this person who's a homeless person. I'm going to go buy them a meal. So I'm doing a random act of kindness. And then I actually want to talk to them. I genuinely want to talk to them and say, like, why are you here? Like, tell me your story. Like, I was walking down the street one time and there was this guy, he had some kind of disability. He was, he's in a wheelchair and he was trying to push himself up. It was like a pretty steep road. And I think he was struggling to push himself up. And I saw this guy just kind of like run over and then
Push him up. That's amazing.
And just, pushed him like all, I mean, I just kept looking back and kept pushing him all the way down the road. And I'm like, there you go.
Just some random dude.
Like, and I think just like, I don't think anyone wouldn't do that, but it's the fact of like actually doing it, because you sit there and you're like, okay, I would have done that.
Yeah.
But a lot of us just see this and we just look at it and we're like, well,
and you're also like, well, no one else is doing it.
I know.
Right. And that's like human nature.
And then
like
you see someone, you see someone do it and you're like, I should have done that. I should have helped out or whatever. And then, or you look at that person and you're like, oh, that's a really nice person. But for some reason, we get super freaked out or
when
scared.
other people are around. Like, imagine if there was no one else and just this person.
I think
right?
it comes down to like insecurities and ego.
Of course,
it comes down to insecurities and ego, which is why when you see someone in need, like, I mean, we walk downtown, drug abuse is a huge issue in Vancouver.
It's insane.
And you'll be walking down, you'll see people like freaking out, like just tripping up, and they're going like just
like screaming
crazy
and like saying really strange
and
things.
like, you know, you don't really know, hey, if I talk to this person, they're gonna attack me or they're gonna hit me. But a lot of times you probably should just go over and say, hey, are you okay? But even like the action of saying, hey, are you okay? Can I get you any help?
Yeah.
That pushes you out of your comfort zone. That is an insecurity.
You don't know what's going to happen on the other side of that question. And maybe that's a stigma because you're assuming that someone's going to attack you.
Yep.
When in reality, people aren't going to attack you.
Well, that's a good point.
That's just like, it's all in your head.
Yeah. Very good point. It's interesting when you think like, and that's like super selfish to say, am I the only person who has like a major insecurity around like, you know, helping somebody who looks like they're in need? Mm-hmm. But like, I think a lot of people do struggle with that.
Yeah, I think that's a normal thing. I think that's a societal thing because I think we're actually in a position where we are willing to do something like this. Whereas like 10 years ago, I don't think we would have been ready to do this.
Yeah, it's just crazy. It's a tough one. But anyways, like, Andy, while we say I think Andy's lost his mind, I'm like, this is crazy. Like, this is so good. I say Andy's lost his mind.
Andy's lost his mind.
In a good way of like, this is like, it's just so, it's so good. Maybe. When you look at this, it's like, it just seems so deep and so well thought out.
It gives you wiggle room too. It gives you more choice because he allows you to choose your workouts. He allows you to choose your diet. He allows you to choose your books and like
eat what you want, work out however you want.
He just gives you the structure.
Yeah. And it's because it's not like, let's say 70, like P90X or Insanity.
Yeah.
Those are freaking hard.
And that's like, you do this step, this step, this step. It's very specific.
Well, and I remember when I started P90X, I mean, I've done P90X and I did Insanity, and then I taught Insanity for like a year or so. Yeah. You have to be super dedicated to like do this because it's very, very intense.
Well, I remember feeling that way when I went to one of your classes for Insanity. I literally had to stop halfway through because I was going to like hurl.
And that's the thing is I think if he'd come out with something and say, hey, here's my workout routine.
Everyone would do it.
No one?
No,
I don't think they would, because let's just say you had the 75 hard challenge, and instead of it saying do 2 45-minute workouts a day, right? It said do P90X or do Insanity.
Well, and that's my point. But like if he did it separately, maybe
if it's like an option, like here are some optional workouts. But I like the fact that he's just said
for these, it's more vague, which I like.
It's just workout. Yeah. Because if depending on your level of fitness and what your needs are and your time and everything,
and your body and like
if going for a walk and doing some stretching, like if you stretch for 45 minutes and like do some yoga for 45 minutes and then go for a big walk for 45 minutes, like that's what your workout is for based on your lifestyle and maybe, you know, your health and whatever.
Your age, like who knows?
Do it. Like that's fine. And that's what I like about it is that no matter who you are, you have no excuses for why you can't do this. Anyone can do this, but it's more so it actually comes down to the commitment that you have to make to do this. It's not like, I physically can't, because like literally there are certain people who physically cannot do P90X.
Yeah. And they shouldn't, and some people shouldn't. Right?
Yeah, if your knees are bad, like Insanity is super, super tough. Yeah, exactly. So there's no excuses for not doing it. It really comes down to if you're gonna make it a priority, not and do it. Yeah. So no, it's just a fantastic program.
Yeah, I can't imagine actually doing this. Like, could you imagine doing this for even longer than 30 days? Like actually making this a lifestyle.
You would be an animal. You'd be an animal. I mean, you go on Andy's site, and it's like the first thing it says, "Hi, I'm Andy, and I'm a winner." Or no, "Hi, I'm Andy, and I win at everything."
I win at everything. That's what he says.
At everything.
Is that what his website says?
Totally. Andy Frisella. If you go to Andy Frisella, patreon.com. Hey, what's up? I'm
here we
Andy.
go.
I win at everything.
That's literally what it says in the banner.
And I love this. It says, that's pretty much all you need to know about me. Yeah, that's cocky, but I promise it's the truth. And it says, here's the thing. I wasn't born a winner. I think this is what's really cool is how he says, like, I wasn't born a winner. I was a kid. I was fat. I was lazy. I was unfocused. He had huge dreams, like I think everybody does.
Yeah.
But he was committed to filling his stomach with Doritos versus being productive. And that's great. I mean, like,
Everyone can relate. Everyone, I mean,
he was
doesn't like
told he
Doritos?
was dumb. He did terrible in school. His grades sucked. He basically failed everything. He was bored, unmotivated. Like
everyone can relate to that.
and I think that's what's cool is it's not like you have an individual who is, born this superhuman, like, had the genetics, whatever. It's like, no.
Elon Musk.
A lot of this comes down to, like, you can't relate to Elon Musk. It's like, great, an alien is on the planet. Everyone knows Elon Musk is an
How to
alien.
become like Elon Musk. You're not like him. You can't be like him.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
no one's going to be like Elon Musk.
It's like, how do you learn how to build electric cars and then you learn somehow rocket science and you start PayPal and anyways.
Neuralink. Well,
Different. Neuralink, Boring Company, x.com/PayPal,
Yeah.
Tesla, then SpaceX, and
just like beautiful things. Beautiful things.
Unbelievable. But
Yeah, like you feel separated from someone like Elon Musk, whereas like Andy, he's like, hey, I win at everything, but I'm just like a normal freaking person.
Yep.
And you
lazy. He was a lazy fat kid
who love Doritos.
who loved his Doritos.
Yeah.
And then he comes out and turns into this thing, which is a machine, found first form, and then creates the 75 hard challenge to basically change the entire world. Check it out. Try it out.
We're going to, honestly.
If you haven't done 75 hard, do it.
Yeah, do 75 hard. We did that. We haven't done phase 1 yet.
It's that cold
We're
shower.
Gonna do that one day.
It's that
But
cold
I think
shower.
the summertime. I know. I'm so scared.
It's the only thing.
So scared of
The
cold
only
showers.
thing is the shower.
It's just the shower that's scaring me.
Yeah, because it also like puts a little thing in there and he says, when I say cold, I mean like as cold as
Like ice
your
cold.
shower goes. This isn't like,
That's like
let's put it on hot and then let's like put it down to like room temperature and then we'll just cook a little bit cold so you just feel that shiver. No.
this is like oceanic.
That's how I would.
frost.
That's how I would pitch it. I'd be like, guys, we're gonna start with a warm shower. We're gonna crank that up to a nice hot temperature. Get it real steamy and make yourself
start sweating.
You're gonna start sweating. Get sweating. Close the door.
No fan.
Steam
Just
it
like-
up. Steam it up real hot so that when we actually turn it down, you're gonna be smoking hot. You're gonna want that cold. No. He's like, just put it on freezing cold and get in the shower for 5 minutes. I bet you if it was Jack Dorsey would do this. And in addition, he would put ice cubes in the bottom of the tub. So he'd be standing in ice cubes.
Maybe I should actually just print off their faces and like frame them and then just like stare in their
Andy's
eyes.
face in the shower?
In the shower.
Oh.
Just stare them in the eyes and be like, I can be like you.
You can do it.
Yeah.
You can do it. I can do this, Andy. I can do this.
I believe in myself.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I honestly think that's what we have to do.
Got to do it.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining the Corey and Cait podcast
Yep.
today. Hope you enjoyed
Yet another one.
this one.
Yeah, I love this. This is great.
It's been good.
Thanks for watching, guys. Love you all.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.